Hey everybody, Randy Reviews It here. So this week we're talking about the GOA Goals convention that just happened here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm in JC, so it was only a quick drive for me. But unfortunately, I got sick. So I was only able to attend the event in a limited capacity, which was disappointing because a lot of my friends were on panels and things like that. And I know it's open to the public. I wanted to be able to meet potential fans if they exist or anything like that. If you were at the convention, sound off in the comments. But let's send shout out first to GOA. So GOA does a lot for us. They put on a great convention. They had great people there. It's a one-of-a-kind event where the public gets to have their own kind of SHOT Show, plus see all these creators or influencers, or whatever you want to call them, gun tubers. And you get to meet them, ask them questions. They're on panels. You can watch their answers, all that stuff. Thursday and Friday. Thursday was a media range day, so we got to go out to the range. And then Friday was a media-only kind of industry day. And then the Saturday and Sunday, there's a bug here. I'm filming this at night. So Saturday and Sunday was days that the public could come, check out panels, all that stuff. So GOA, big shout out. I mean, it's not a lot that you have to do, but like just giving, becoming a GOA member is really valuable. They're fighting for our rights. They're doing a lot of good. I'm not saying GOA is the overall best. Who knows? I don't know enough about it, but I know the NRA isn't there. So whether it's GOA, Firearms Policy Coalition, Second Amendment Foundation, all those things, there's state and local chapters of things too. So I guess, try to be a part of those because they are fighting for our rights. I'm a member of the FPC, the Second Amendment Foundation, and the GOA. So just announcing that. But I think, if you can get involved, it's great. It's what helps us with these braces. It's what helps us with suppressors. It's what helps us with this NFA stuff. And then carrying across the country as well. So big shout out to GOA. They do a lot for us. They deserve, kind of our admiration and praise for all the things that they do with as lean as they run, because they do run pretty lean. It's not like an NRA. They're not doing Wayne LaPierre suits and that sort of thing. So shout out to GOA. The second shout out, Opie and the Smokies. So if you don't know Opie and the Smokies, he's an awesome dude. I got to meet him last year at Naughty After Dark, which is an event that he puts on, and it's all about night vision. He gets night vision vendors out there. I don't own any night vision, but you get to try it while you're out there, and I think it's probably the best event. I love that event. It's great. So if you get the chance, if you're local, if you're into night vision, check out Naughty After Dark. But the range day was at Opie's range, so he hosted that. He did a lot of work. His crew puts in a lot of effort for these things. So that guy definitely deserves a lot of love his way. He was on a panel. He did great. He had a booth as well, the Liberty Bell Firearms and things like that. So send him a shout out, a follow, like any of that stuff. But he's a great dude. And then I got to catch up with my friends, Mr. Big Kid, Mr. Guns and Gear, Gear Know-How, TN Tactical a little bit. We were texting because of my sickness. I didn't get enough time to spend with all of these people. And my friend Johnny B and Jared were on panels. They actually got to sit on either side of Glenn Jacobs, the mayor of Knoxville. If you don't know who that is, he's Kane, which was pretty cool because I was, a wrestling fan back in the day, and he was great. So it was cool seeing him out there as well talking about gun rights. All right, let's get into what you're actually here for. What gear and guns and cool stuff came out, and what am I interested in seeing? So there are some things that were pretty stagnant. Some of the AR-15s, it seems like they were all offering the same things. Radian charging handle, an Elfman trigger, and a lifetime warranty. And by the way, we want more than $2,000 for a gun, which you're not swinging me. But one AR-15 company I want to send a shout out to because they stood out to me. And I've been kind of curious about them because I follow what's his name? Jake Tackett, the Mad Minute Tacticians guy, and he did a collab gun with them, but it was Wolfpack Armory. So Wolfpack Armory, they have some pretty cool stuff. So one, their guns come in really reasonably priced. I think he said it was like $1,200 for their AR, and it comes with a 2-stage trigger. It comes with an A5 buffer right out of the box, so that's pretty cool too that they're doing that. It also has an ambi safety where if you're like me and you don't want that weak side to dig into your trigger finger, it's actually cut out so that it doesn't dig into your trigger finger, which is really cool. It means it's thought out. But overall, their stuff, for what you get for what it's priced, seemed really good. And then they can throw in a rifle speed gas block for like an extra 150 or 200 or whatever it is. Check it on their site. But they also offer a handguard that has the cutout so that you can adjust the rifle speed gas block, which is really cool because if you have adjustable gas guns like I do, you have that long Allen key that goes down there and you have to twist it and adjust it and do all that sort of thing. So it's cool that they're just offering the rifle speed option. So Wolfpack Armory stood out to me as far as an AR company. The other one was Lead and Steel was there. They were showing off a new Promethean. Or they're talking about the new Promethean where the glass in the back is straight up and down. It's got drainage holes for water if it ever, accumulates back there or anything like that. And they changed a few things on it. So they updated the Promethean. They have like the Jag and the Arc out there. Their AR-15s that were running really, really well on everything. I got to shoot the PB3 with Ahmad's Nighthawk Custom, so that was pretty cool at range day. But yeah, Lead and Steel was doing their thing. They were representing. And then Q. Q was someone that I was interested in because if you saw my State of the Industry video, I talked about how I think the Sugar Weasel is a really, really well-priced gun. And it stands out from Q that's normally, these really expensive luxury items. But the Sugar Weasel comes with an adjustable gas block, a bunch of features. There's a bunch of variants of it. And it's all $1,500, which for what you're getting, it's pretty awesome. So I'm trying to get a hold of a Sugar Weasel and review that so I can put it in the AR tier list. But I finally got to shoot 8.6 Blackout out of the Q Fix. Unfortunately, I didn't get any filming from the range day because I was sick and just a mess. But the 8.6 Blackout was fun. Like, there's like minimal recoil, and it's just thug, and I hit steel at, I don't know, it was probably 50 yards, 75 yards, whatever it might have been. But it was just, dialed in, and it was good. So Q was there representing. They announced the boombox too, which is like their 8.6 Blackout version of a Honey Badger. So it's scaled up. It's like coming in around $4,000, but man, that thing's pretty cool. We didn't get a chance to shoot that at range day, but I think the boombox is going to be a really cool thing coming out. Mepro Light. So I heard a little bit about their red dots, but what blew me away at Mepro Light, so I went over and talked to them, is they have a rifle sight that's kind of like the old Trijicon, unlike the old Mepro Light, where it doesn't need batteries and it's fiber optic. So it's got tritium and fiber optic, so it runs night and day. And for me with astigmatism, there's still a little bit in red dots and things like that. If I'm out in the sun and I'm target focused, it's not so bad. But the Mepro Light rifle thing that's just fiber optic and tritium was like the clearest sight I've ever seen in my life. Like, it changed me. I need to get one. It was awesome. So Mepro Light's coming in big with very budget options on pistol dots. And that rifle setup thing, a battery free with tritium that looks that clear. It doesn't have a tint to it or anything. It was awesome. So I'm going to be looking into the Mepro Light. Smith & Wesson was kind of the big talk of the convention because they released the Bodyguard 2.0, which is wildly small. It feels awesome. And then they put the carry comp, or the Shield Plus carry comp, I think, out. And then a few others. So they comp some of their guns. They have Performance Center versions. with a comp in them. You know, everyone's doing a comp. Prodigy Springfield just released a comp that wasn't there, but I'm just giving you reference. Everyone's doing a comp. So Smith & Wesson was probably like one of the bigger like showcases of new stuff there. And then, you know, Shadow Systems was there with the CR920XP, which it does shoot much softer than the CR920. But I'm not sold on comps. And this Shadow System still bites my hand a little bit. I asked them if they were going to do a CR920XL, you know, like a 48 length barrel with the longer grip, and they said probably not. Don't hold your breath. That sort of thing. And then let's talk about, if you're a guy like me, Fat Tack was there. My buddy Josh over at Black Diamond Guns and Gear is, you know, helps Fat Tack with their marketing and things like that. And they had a pretty big booth. And one of the things that was cool is they had their body armor there that's made for bigger guys. I'm not saying you need body armor because it's probably the last thing you should get, to be 100% honest. But the thing that I was more curious about is I asked him, you know, like, hey, this is level 3. Have you ever shot like those Fort Scott Munitions little tumblers that supposedly get through level 3? And he said, we shot this and it didn't get through. So that plate that they sell, I believe it's like Premier Body Armor, that stuff holds up and it's legit. It was pretty light for what it was. They're pretty cool. So shout out to Josh and Fat Tack. They're doing things over there like big guys if you're looking for belts, chest rigs, all that stuff. They do a holster too. I'm looking at picking one up now that I get guns that can fit that thing, because typically no one makes holsters for PX4s. So Fat Tack did their thing. It was cool seeing them there and kind of shining for the big guys where you can get gear and stuff, even though we all need to get a little bit skinnier. Yeah, so that was kind of it. Genesis was there. You know, they got the John Wick shotgun. You know, like, if it ain't full auto, I'm not really interested, to be honest. So Genesis was there. Holosun was there, and everyone was kind of going crazy yet over their thermals. Those, I think, are being shipped out soon. I saw a couple of creators already get them, so that's really cool. But that was great. IWI was there. They had a Zion that was like a DMR or what is it? LPR. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the acronyms or the little letter designation. But it was a 20-inch AR, and it had an Arca rail adapter on the bottom. And it was set up with a great trigger and all these things. And I want to say it was coming in at $1,500. So for an accurate setup with those features, that's a pretty good deal. So IWI had really good deals on things. I know right now Dissident Arms has their Rock and Lock 5.56 Galils. Oh, sorry, still getting over the cold and everything else that comes along with it. But overall, Goals was awesome. There was a lot of good stuff there, especially if you got to walk through like public and everything like that. Great panels. It's supposedly going to be there again next year, so if you're in the area, get ready for that. I'm looking forward to it. It's only an hour and a half drive, 2 hours for me from Tri-Cities. So, yeah. Great convention. Thanks to the GOA. Thanks to Opie and everyone that put this together. Go watch those panels if you can. Check out some of the content around this. I'm sure people did better content than me because they weren't sick and they were filming and they were probably look a lot cooler behind a gun than my fat self. So, yeah, check that out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Next week, we're getting back into the guns. Oh, man, do I have a lineup for you guys. Like, things are about to get wild. I got my P30L back from Langdon. It's done up. We got an IWI Masada. We got all kinds of stuff. Anderson, let's shout that out really quick. I'm doing a test on with the Anderson Frontline. Anderson was at the range day. They were running their guns full auto all day. No issues. Like, it seemed legit. So I'm excited. I haven't shot my Frontline yet. I just got it the day before Goals. So I'm hoping to take it out this weekend and put some rounds through it. But overall, thanks for watching. Take care. I can't wait to bring you some good gun and gear reviews instead of just me talking like this. All right, take care, everyone.